The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Like, I have succumbed to embarrassing moments out with my family. One particular standout moment was in year 10 at our school, we'd have a 1-month camp. We'd go to Guga. And then
Guga. I've heard of that.
For a whole month. And we'd have to do survival. We'd have to build our own shelters for a week. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But in the middle, on the Sunday, they have Parents' Day where the parents can turn up and see you because they haven't heard or seen from you for a while.
It's weird.
Why'd
your parents want to come to camp?
Well, just to make sure he's still alive, I guess.
It's a month camp.
It's
a month?
1 month camp.
Gosh, okay, fair. I'm sorry, I thought it was one of those 4-day things.
Welcome back. No, the 2-week point, they'd come. And part of the camp, they have a high ropes course.
Yeah.
Where...
Touchakoi used to have that.
Who?
I know exactly. What a horrible name.
What? Touchakoi?
For a school camp, Touchakoi.
That's not a good name at all.
That's where we used to go.
They should change that.
They really should
I hope they
change
got rid of that name.
I think they did.
I hope. Okay, good.
But the high ropes course, we had to jump out of the bloody thing and grab the rope.
Yeah, well,
It's horrible.
blindfolded, try and
I
catch
used
the
to
thing.
hate that.
But they invited the parents up, so a handful of parents went, yeah, I'll do it. And my dad said, yeah, I'll do it, Nick. And then he's climbed up the tree and gone to hook up the first harness, and he's just gone white as a ghost and then turned around and cuddled the tree. Now, he's a long way up.
Oh, dear.
And he couldn't move. He realised he was afraid of heights.
Someone's got to get him down.
Exactly.
Well, is this in front of your entire class?
Oh,
The entire class and
how
all the parents.
embarrassing for you.
But he started to panic. He's like, my mouth is dry. I can't swallow. I can't swallow. I can't move. I can't move.
Oh,
what a scene.
God, he's
Mr. Rackley and myself had to get up there to get him
Well, you did well to get
down.
involved.
Well, look, I was good
You
at
were
the
well
home.
within your rights to just hop on your bike and ride away from that school and never come back.
Well, I would have jumped in the bunk beds, put the sleeping bag over my head and just pretended that my parents didn't exist.
Look, I kind of appreciated the comedy in the moment because he was so dramatic. It was
Has
very
he always
funny.
been afraid of heights?
No, he's flown everywhere and everything, but all of a sudden he was just afraid of it. He just froze.
Thanks, Dad.
But that was my embarrassing moment. But
Thanks for getting involved, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Good on you, Dad.
Just sit in the crowd, Dad, next time.
No, he'll never sit in the crowd. You've heard his jokes. He's been on radio. But he's being trumped by this mother who's in a pool that I can only guess are in Thailand or Bali or something. But this is what happened. She's drink in hand, and this is what you're listening to.
Holidays! You're making us sing! Not me! You are! I'm 45 on a holiday having a drink. You're joking, aren't you? Get out! Get out! I'm on a holiday! Watch this! Make me! Make me!
Could you imagine being related or associated to that woman?
Disgraceful.
She was completely trolling. At one point, she sounded like a hawk with the
Yeah.
I'm on a holiday.
It was so bad.
That's so drunk.
But that's what that happens. Parents do that, and they become absolutely embarrassing. But 13, 24, 10, has your family ever completely embarrassed you?
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Because it's the tricky thing for a parent is like just consistently being embarrassing, which means it just becomes. So, for instance, like my dad, it's his dad. He just does that. He gets on the piss and does that. My mum, twice in her life.
What?
She's embarrassed us. She drank Guinness with champagne. They call it black velvet. And vomited up in Fitzgerald's garden.
Mrs. Luttrell got guttural.
Yeah, so she's done it twice. And then her and Mark Murray's wife pulled down a shower curtain together once. Two things. And we bring that up more than anything Dad's ever done.
Yes.
And Dad, every Saturday night was that for Dad. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you consistently embarrass your family as well. So it's interesting, that dynamic.
Yeah, I must say,
Yeah,
my
what you
mum
remember.
hasn't.
Yeah.
My mum actually hasn't ever embarrassed us.
So
But if she
If you did
did,
it once, it's the one thing you'd tell at every party, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
My dad at one of our mates' birthday parties in Harvey Bay, he hopped on someone's bike, like one of the kids' bikes, and tried to pop a mono, and Like they were all
Hey, over.
In
No, the other way.
hindsight, they were all. Yeah, and he went completely back. He ended up.
Backwards.
He took off all this bark off his arm, and he had to go through the. I remember that being pretty embarrassing.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
For the break, we're talking about moments that our family embarrassed us. I had my dad stuck up the high ropes course, hugging a tree at school camp. Had to get rescued. White as a ghost. It was very dramatic about
Sounds
it.
like a scene from a Adam Sandler film or something.
It was exactly like that because he was
yeah.
all Mr. Charisma. Then got up there.
I've got this. I'm going
I
to make
can't.
my
I can't
child
swallow. My mouth is dry. My mouth is dry.
can't swallow.
That's the bit I remember the most. It's like we'll just try.
That's great.
Lisa from Strathpine, how has your family embarrassed you?
Well, not as embarrassing as some, but when you're 15 and you're really trying to be super cool, we're on a holiday down in Melbourne visiting my sister, and we were on a tram packed full of school kids.
Yeah.
And my parents were there, and my dad had the audacity to call across the aisle to my mother and ask, should we go to the butcher and get some chops?
That's such a dad thing, yeah.
And my sister and I were just mortified.
That's funny.
Isn't that a weird thing to stick in your brain all these years?
I know.
Isn't it funny?
You want to get some chops from the butcher?
Can we get some chops?
I mean, it's specific, isn't it? But it must have been the way he delivered it that was particularly embarrassing. We got Sky from Logan Reserve. Sky, who embarrassed you?
That would be my dad.
Okay, there's a theme here. Yep.
Yeah, so probably 1999, 2000. My brother and my other brother were having a little bit of a fight, and Dad was in the shower. I wasn't home. I was actually up at the high school at the time,
Okay.
out the front.
Mm-hmm.
And so we lived not far from the high school,
Okay.
not far at all.
He's in the shower and your brothers are fighting. Yep.
Yep, one brother hits the other brother with a pair of scissors.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah. And then Dad's come flying out of the shower, round the corner, up the road, and then I see him run straight past. I see my brother first, and then goes, Dad, nothing on, not at all,
He's
anything.
Full
Straight past
streaking.
me and the whole of grade 7.
So he was chasing the kid that had the scissors. And
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
so
He didn't have
enraged,
scissors
he didn't
anymore,
notice that he
obviously.
was still naked, and he happened to be running past. Was it a high school?
Isn't that your dad?
Yeah, it was my dad, and it was a high school. It was
Oh,
great.
my
I was in
God.
grade 7.
Oh, you don't live that down.
Oh,
No,
wow.
you don't.
Full helicopter
Obviously,
past.
I did not admit that that was my dad.
No, I
I
don't
was
know
like,
that guy. What are you talking about? Who's that?
oh my
Isn't
God,
that your
look, there's
brother
a
getting chased
trooper.
by that?
I love that he was just so angry that he didn't put clothes on. He was that.
Absolutely. He was furious and just legged it straight out that door to catch that
What time
boy.
of school was it? Like, were the kids in the class, or did it become a legendary moment? Like, is this like a...
It was pretty, we were all out the front.
10 past 3 in the afternoon.
It was like a
we
fire
all just
assembly.
finished touch football training.
I heard he
so
got pinned down by the lollipop lady.
No, we didn't have one there.
Oh no! Who else have we
Brutal.
got? We got Helena or Helena. How do you pronounce that? From Capalaba.
Helena.
Helena from
Hey,
Capalaba.
how you going, guys?
We're good. Who embarrassed you?
My dad.
Of course.
But he actually embarrassed probably more my older sister. It was her engagement party, and we had jumping castles and stuff. And it came with like this party pack. And in the party pack, they had these like vibrant pride, all different coloured, big fake eyelashes. My dad loves a drink. That's fine, whatever. Anyways, he was blind before the party even started. Somehow put these eyelashes on, and they lasted the whole night on his eyes. So every photo that is from my sister's engagement party, my dad has these eyelashes on, and it is so terrible to see.
Did he wear it like a wig and a sequin dress to the wedding?
No, he didn't. But he definitely should have brought back out the eyelashes, I reckon.
Yeah,
I'm
sounds like a
torn
good
between
look.
that being embarrassing and that kind of being an awesome
I
dad.
know. and just ruining all the photos with it. Like,
Yeah, all the serious photos are gone.
yeah, I know.
Dad's pissed.
It's bad, but in comparison to the other one,
Yeah.
that's nothing.
Yeah, Nudie Dad wins the race with this one. Oh, my goodness. My dad ran around the pool at a party in a G-string.
Hot.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Great track, Chapel Roan. I'm not back announcing, by the way. I'm not doing. I'm just leading into something.
28 after the
28,
hour.
That's a good Chapel Roan, great song. But we were just talking off air about the origin to that song, and the Pink Pony Club in West Hollywood. Now, initially, it sounded like a strip club, but it's actually obviously West Hollywood is gay central.
Yeah.
Like it's on Santa Monica Boulevard. In West Hollywood, which I lived right on the edge of. Remember, I went away and had a little bit of time off for a few years ago.
We all did.
We all in my sabbatical. I went into my conclave for 6 months and lived on the edge of West Hollywood. And my mate said, and I didn't know anything about West Hollywood, but my mate, he's still around, old Swano. He goes, mate, buddy, join the 24-hour fitness. In Hollywood down there.
Is that code?
No, he's like, honestly, he lives in Brisbane now, you won't care. He goes, mate, I'm telling you, you get on the treadmill, you got a penthouse pet next to you there, the Playboy chicks there, there's bloody superstar, all these hot birds. It's on. It's just like incredible, the hottest people you've ever seen in your life. And I'm like, I can't wait. I'm signed up online. I'm on. It's 24/7. And I joined up to 24/7 West Hollywood.
Oh, no. Are they
not
all?
Hollywood.
Oh, no.
And
I think I know what's coming.
I walked in, and for some reason, I was wearing two things specifically. I had my Noosa Tri Asics on, which are like multi-rainbow colour.
So flamboyant, like all different colours of...
The brightest of bright. And I had one of those, it was like a Lance Armstrong band, but it was for AEIOU.
The autism.
Autism, everything.
Yep.
And it was rainbow coloured. I walked into this gym, not one woman... And it was like the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy for the older people in the room, where the music stopped and it was fresh meat. And I'm like, holy crap, where are the penthouse pants? And then I remember someone saying, the jacuzzi is out of control. Go down to the jacuzzi. And I went, okay, I'll go to the jacuzzi. So I literally I quickly got my towel and everything, and I had to walk down a corridor to get to the jacuzzi.
Oh, no.
And there was one man halfway down the hallway doing that back thing with the towel,
like the towel saw.
One high, one low saw. The towel saw on his back. And I literally had to say to this guy, excuse me, sir, can you move your penis so I can get past, so I can get the jacuzzi.
Oh, you wanted to go into the jacuzzi after all of that.
And the jacuzzi was 6 naked men.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
So there's a Swiss woman who's in court at the moment for systematically feeding her neighbour's cat, resulting in the feline never returning home. So it's a 68-year-old woman who kept feeding the cat despite the neighbours saying, please stop feeding our cat. And then she's like, nah, stuff ya. And then she put a cat flap in, basically inheriting the cat.
And the cat just realigned itself to next door.
Yeah, and that's illegal. Like, you're not allowed to do that over there in Switzerland. But it just reminded me of the cat redistribution program. Now,
what's that?
It's believed that the universe distributes cats to their owners. You don't actually go out and buy a cat. A cat chooses where it's going to live. And I watch the dodo all the time, which is like that animal rescue thing, and the cats are always just deciding. Like, they just walk up to people at like a baseball game and go, you're mine now, and that's it. They end up with the cat.
Nikki, you've described, we've only had one cat in my life, and the way we got it was when we were kids at Harvey Bay. Dad was filleting whiting one night, and a cat turned up.
Yeah.
And he fed the cat, and it turned out it was the neighbour's cat, the Messers from up the road.
Yeah.
But it stayed at our place, Mog. And we had it for years until Levi turned up, the German Shepherd, and chased it away. Maybe it went back to the Messers, but we never asked for a cat. It just came to our place and sort of hung around for about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
3 years, I reckon.
Both of our cats, growing up, we did not buy a cat ever. The first one, Mongrel Head, I'm not sure how we got that one. But it was just a cat that wouldn't bugger off. So we called it Mongrel Head, and it stayed, and it ended up...
What do? You can't force a cat to...
No, so it just lived with us till its nose fell off, and then that was it. But then catastrophe. that was our second cat that we didn't buy, just turned up and had kittens on our porch. And then we ended up with a cat and kittens, and we kept the cat. We kept Catastrophe, who ended up being my beloved pet who slept in my bed. But then I found another one called Bozo. But then we redistributed that one because it was like, that's enough. We've had enough cats.
How did you redistribute it?
I gave it to a friend, then she renamed it Mimi, which sounds like a 98-year-old nonna. Like, it was called Bozo. That was a good name. But 132410, have you inherited a cat? Part of the cat redistribution program.
I was unaware of this.
Because people don't buy cats. You didn't buy a cat, Ash. We didn't buy a cat.
Where do you buy a cat from?
I wouldn't even know. You don't see them in the pet shops, do you?
No, and who
certainly
were
on
the
the
cat
front
breeders?
shelf. Like, I want a cat. Oh, you go out the back for that one, buddy. That's a secret sealed section.
There's no kids going, Mom, I want a cat
Yeah.
for Christmas. I want to open a box. No, they just turn up. And I swear that's how everyone gets cats.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
We're talking about the cat redistribution program.
CDP.
Where cats just decide that they're going to live somewhere else. And
Yep.
that's how you end up with a cat. You ended up with a cat like that, Ash.
Yeah, Mog.
I ended up with two cats like that, Mongrel Head and Catastrophe. And who have we got? Elle from Ipswich. Elle, how did you inherit your cat? Elle? Elle! No?
Have to move on.
Oh!
Someone's
So
there.
like Charlie's there.
Hang on, we got Shani?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Shani, how did you inherit your cat?
Well, my husband and I moved to Queensland from South Australia and bought a house in Warner right next to the bushland.
Yep.
And then suddenly this red ginger cat turned up in my backyard and it was mangy looking and really skinny. So I started feeding her and it wouldn't go away.
And that was it?
That was it.
It became your pet. Did you give it a nice
Well,
name?
Boris Becker? Or?
actually, I used to call it Ranger because it was red.
There you go.
And that's done?
Yep.
Ranger the stray feral cat. Do they
It was
probably...
really feral. It used to hiss at me, wouldn't let me near it, and eventually it trusted me to pick it up.
Oh, well,
that's worth it, isn't it?
nice. She could pick it up, but she never got any affection whatsoever. She could just...
What a pointless animal.
They're terrible
They're
cats.
oxygen thieves. Seriously.
That Mog, I don't reckon I patted it once. And every time I'd get close to it, it'd scratch you on the forearm. Like that cat instilled in me a great love of dogs.
Cats are the best thing that ever happened to dogs. I agree with you.
I know, they are good PR for dogs.
Yeah.
Elle from Ipswich, are you there, Elle?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, excellent. So how'd you inherit your cat, Elle?
So, sad story. I was actually going through a really bad breakup, and I'd went for a night drive, and I'd pulled up down near an oval, and I seen two little, eyes in my headlights.
On his back.
So I pulled over to try and see what was going on. And
don't do that in the future, by the way, but yeah, keep going. Seems incredibly dangerous.
I pulled over to check on the strange man
There's
walking
two
on the side
eyes
of the road.
in a park. Are you okay?
I come from a small town, so it's, yeah.
You've learned.
I got out of the car and I actually found a 6-week-old kitten.
Oh, you can't say no to a kitten.
No, she was pure black, and I was in love.
And did you give her a lovely name?
Her name was Lucifer.
Based on what had happened to you previously with your relationship.
Named after your ex?
Yeah, kind of.
I think cats, that's how they get by. They rely on, I'm not suggesting you were in some, I know you were going through a tough time, but they rely on loneliness.
Yeah, vulnerable people.
Of human beings. Like dogs kind of do as well. Like I've been in relationships where when you join up with the lady friend, it's like, that dog's, it's been your plus one, hasn't it, for the last 4 years? You know what I mean? It's like the dog's
you feel like the dog...
the dog has filled the void of loneliness.
Yeah, but do you have to feel like you have to bond with the dog too? Because
if you don't, you're screwed.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah, if you don't like someone's dog, you're out.
Or cat. I'm just saying,
if someone doesn't like
whatever.
whiskey, or I just make them believe.
But you know what I mean? Like the cat, even though it's not that good of a package in loneliness, people need a hug. The cat might do if they can get close enough to it. You know what I'm saying?
True. Hang on. Should we chat to Al? We got one last person. Al from Oxley.
How you going?
Hey, how'd you inherit your cat?
my 6-year-old daughter was playing in the backyard one day and came racing and going, Dad, look what I found. And anyway, he was holding this ginger cat and said, can we keep it? Yeah. And started feeding it. And long story short, this cat ended up sleeping with it. And years later, we found out that a local lady had passed away and these things were just strays. And ended up with two cats came and just lived with us after her feeding it every morning and night.
And what did you call it, Rango, or do you have some sort of a racially vilifying name? Ginger. Okay. What would you call your cat if it was Asian?
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.